Just off the coast of northwest France lies an island that feels, at first glance, familiar to anyone who knows Britain. English is widely spoken, the pound is used, the British monarch is head of state, and red postboxes would not look out of place. But Jersey is not part of the United Kingdom. It is not a sovereign country in the ordinary sense either. Officially, it is the bailiwick of Jersey, an autonomous British Crown dependency with its own parliament, courts, tax system, and government. This unusual status is not a modern technicality. It is the result of centuries of geography, war, loyalty, and survival. Jersey is a small island with a political identity far larger than its size suggests. Jersey sits in the English Channel, about 14 miles, or 23 kilometers, from the Cotentin Peninsula of northwest France. That location is the first key to understanding the island. It is geographically close to France, historically tied to Normandy, yet politically connected to the British Crown. The main island covers about 45 square miles, or 120 square kilometers, making it the largest of the Channel Islands. Its territory also includes nearby uninhabited islands and rocks, small but strategically meaningful markers in a crowded stretch of sea. As of 2021, Jersey had a population of just over 103,000 people, giving it the feel of a compact island community, but with institutions that resemble those of a small nation. The phrase Crown dependency is central to Jersey's story. It means Jersey is not a colony, not an overseas territory, and not part of the United Kingdom. Instead, it has a direct constitutional relationship with the British Crown. The island governs itself in most domestic matters, including its legal system, public finances, and local administration. The UK government is responsible for defence and international representation, and it also handles certain policy areas, such as nationality law. This arrangement can sound confusing because it does not fit neatly into the usual categories of country, province, or territory. Jersey is best understood as a self-governing island community under the British monarch, with a separate identity in international and legal contexts. To understand why Jersey has this special status, we need to go back to medieval Normandy. Jersey was historically part of the Duchy of Normandy, the powerful territory in northern France that shaped both French and English history. In 1066, William, Duke of Normandy, conquered England and became king, linking England and Normandy under one ruler. But in the early 13th century, English kings lost mainland Normandy to the French crown. Jersey, along with the other Channel Islands, made a crucial choice: it remained loyal to the English crown. Importantly, it did not become part of the Kingdom of England. Instead, it preserved a separate constitutional path, rooted in the old Norman connection. That loyalty placed Jersey in a dangerous position for centuries. The island sat close to France but remained tied to the English, and later British, crown. During long periods of Anglo-French rivalry, Jersey became a frontline outpost. It was invaded several times, fortified repeatedly, and shaped by the constant awareness that war could arrive from across the water. One of the clearest symbols of this history is Mont Orgueil Castle, which guarded the island's eastern approaches and stood as a defensive statement facing France. Geography made Jersey valuable, but also vulnerable. Its people lived with a political identity formed not in comfort, but in the tension between two larger powers. The island's position also created opportunities outside official channels. During the age of tariffs, blockades, and conflict, Jersey became associated with smuggling. Its location between Britain and France made it ideal for moving goods across borders, especially when governments tried to control trade during wartime. Smuggling was not simply a romantic side story of hidden coves and night landings. It reflected how islanders adapted to living on the edge of competing economic and political systems. The same waters that made Jersey vulnerable to invasion also allowed local sailors and merchants to profit from gaps between laws. In this sense, Jersey's economy and culture were shaped by its borderland geography as much as by formal politics. Jersey's most traumatic modern occupation came during the Second World War. In 1940, after the fall of France, Nazi Germany invaded and occupied the Channel Islands. Jersey remained under German control until May 9, 1945. This made the island part of a rare and painful chapter in British Associated history. It was among the only territories connected to the British Crown occupied by German forces during the war. Liberation Day, celebrated on May 9, is now Jersey's National Day. It is not only a commemoration of military liberation, but also a reminder of isolation, hardship, and endurance. The occupation left a deep mark on local memory and reinforced Jersey's awareness of its distinct historical experience. Today, Jersey is a parliamentary democracy under a constitutional monarchy. The British monarch is the head of state, but local political life is run through Jersey's own institutions. The island's government is led by a chief minister, while the bailiff serves as the civil head of the island. The lieutenant governor represents the monarch. These titles may sound old-fashioned, but they reflect Jersey's layered constitutional history, where medieval offices and modern democratic government coexist. The key point is that Jersey makes many of its own decisions. Its laws, courts, and finances are not simply copied from Westminster. The island's autonomy is practical, not merely symbolic. Jersey's separate legal and fiscal systems are especially important to its modern identity. The island has developed a major financial services industry, which has become one of the pillars of its economy. Its political stability, independent tax structures, and connection to the wider British and international system have helped make it attractive for banking, funds, trusts, and corporate services. This has also made Jersey internationally visible, and sometimes controversial, because small jurisdictions with strong finance sectors are often scrutinized over tax and transparency. But for Jersey itself, financial services are not a side issue. They are central to employment, public revenue, and the island's place in the global economy. Finance may dominate the modern economy, but Jersey's older economic foundations have not disappeared. Agriculture has long been associated with the island, from its famous dairy cattle to crops suited to its mild maritime climate. Tourism is another major part of Jersey's identity. Visitors are drawn by beaches, coastal paths, castles, wartime sites, and the island's blend of British and French influences. For a small place, Jersey offers a distinctive mix: seaside holiday atmosphere, historic fortifications, rural parishes, and a capital, St. Helier, that serves as a commercial and administrative center. The economy therefore combines global finance with very local landscapes, traditions, and visitor experiences. Culturally, Jersey is not simply British with a French view. British influence is clearly visible. English is the main language, the pound sterling is the currency, and Jersey participates in many British-style institutions and sporting connections. Yet the island also carries a strong Norman French heritage. This is reflected in place names, legal traditions, parish life, and especially Jerryese, the historic local dialect of the Norman language. Although English now dominates everyday life, Jerryese remains a powerful symbol of identity. It reminds islanders that their roots are not only tied to London, but also to Normandy and to a much older Channel Island culture. So what is Jersey? It is not fully independent, but it is self-governing. It is connected to Britain, but not part of the United Kingdom. It is near France, shaped by Normandy, and still culturally distinct from both. Its story shows how small places can preserve unusual political arrangements when history gives them the chance. Jersey's identity was formed by medieval loyalty, strategic geography, wartime occupation, economic adaptation, and cultural survival. On a map, it may look like a small dot in the channel. But constitutionally and historically, Jersey is a reminder that Europe's political landscape is not made only of large nation-states. Some of its most interesting stories belong to islands in between. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.